Hello. So I'm on Vlogtober something or other. I don't know what date this is now because I'm sort of like throwing the content out there. Just throw the content out there. So this is another eBay reseller vlog. I have already recorded something else today because my payouts have stopped from eBay, so I'm very frustrated, but I'm going to sort of like put that on another video so that I can like literally play the YouTube algorithm and catfish a load of people, because you know it's the done thing, and apparently you know that's the way to pull in new subscribers. I don't know. I've always said this about YouTube, is that I'm just going to do it because I enjoy it, because if I'm not enjoying it, what's the point? And you know, I get a lot of these messages from people saying, we can grow your YouTube, we can, and I don't want to buy followers, because I actually want people to who like watch and interact, because otherwise what's the point? You're just some knobhead talking shit in your own room. Anyway. Yeah, so I have 10 sales from yesterday. Only 6 of them are paid. Yeah, it's frustrating enough anyway, because I've got to like fund this myself, unless if I don't have my eBay payout. But you know, I'll talk about that in a different video. So stuff I've got going out. I've got a few NAF auctions. So these are the NAF auctions. This is a DeSigel t-shirt, which, you know, was a bit tatty anyway, and then I ironed it carelessly, and then I managed to iron, so it's got this gold trim on it, and then I managed to like iron a section of the gold trim, even though I was just like, I'm ironing this, it's like quite special, I must be careful not to iron the gold trim off, and then proceeded to iron the gold trim off. So this has gone on auction for £1.20, £1.47, because I just wanted to get rid of it, and I just thought, oh, somebody will bloody take it, and somebody did. So you know, that's what that is. This is another thing, I don't know, this is sort of sat around for ages, and I was going to model it and then I didn't, because you know, everything, and this is a hush wool dress, and the bottom bit of it is like a sort of like tight tube skirt bit, but then on the mannequin it just doesn't look like anything. So I think that's why I was going to model it, and then I sort of sat around for 6 months, and that hasn't happened. So I just bunged it on auction, and it went for £9.99, which is fine. You know, it's a bit bobbly as well, so. And then I've got this, which is a low sale. But I expected that, because there's literally nothing to this set, and it's actually got the wrong minifigure, I think. No, it hasn't got the wrong minifigure. I'm thinking of something else. I've listed so much Lego. I have another job lot of Lego as well, which finally arrived yesterday after 3 weeks. 3.5 weeks. Basically, the Queen was alive when I ordered it, and it was posted before the Queen died, and it's only just got here yesterday. So yeah, I have a lot of Lego. So anyway, this little set is just so basic. It's just like a roadway set with just a minifigure, and there's hardly anything to it. So I put that on for £4.99. Somebody offered me £5. That's fine. So that will go large letter. We'll have to, really, because I offer free post. Those little sets, there's not really much you can do with it. You just have to be kind. I've just sent myself harebrained because I couldn't find a load of stuff that I only listed yesterday. And I was like, where is it? And of course I'd put it in another box that had this random like Modern Friends Lego in it. And I'd put it in there, and I was just going harebrained. I was convinced I'd lost some Lego, and I was like, but how can this be? You know, I know that I look a bit like crazy, and my storage room looks crazy, but I am organised. So anyway, I have another 2 Lego sets which I've sold. But this I've sold this morning because I just finished doing all the last of the t-shirts that were sitting around. So I've just sort of had a tidy and a hoover through, because I want to do some photos today. Yeah, I want to do some photos today. I mean, it's overcast again. I don't know, you keep having sunny spells. But then it says 99% chance of rain tomorrow. And it seems like the next day might be Saturday, and we're doing DIY on Saturday, so it won't happen on Saturday. So it's very frustrated. So I've got to try and get some things photographed, I think, today. Anyway, this is one of the things which I have just done a stock take on of all my t-shirts. So that's Paul Smith. I thought that this one would sell a bit quicker, but I think I had it up for like 30, which was probably a bit over optimistic because it's only a size small. So that sold for 20. You know, I've only paid £3 for these t-shirts anyway, maybe even 2. And then the 2 Lego sets that I have. So this is the emergency treatment centre. Oh God, I sound like first class ticket to Nottingham, please. So yeah, this is like a hospital set. That's sold for 25. And this is a post office set, and that has sold for 20, and that's going to Norway. So yeah, that's it. That's everything I got paid for. That's what I'm doing. If you want to see the Lego sets assembled, I have a Lego video, Vlogtober day 5. Yeah, so if you want to see all that stuff assembled, because it was a pretty good job lot that I had, that's got these sets assembled. Oh, it's even got this little tidgy one here assembled in that set, in that video. Right, so I'm going to buzz off to the post office, and then I am going to try and get some stuff pressed and ironed and photographed. I think maybe I'll just work on the stuff which I know that I've done a whole video on, and I'll just do that. Because if I get stuff out which I haven't done a whole video on, I know I'm going to get distracted into doing a whole video, and that's going to like stop me. And I do still have this 50% final valuation fee thing, which is live until next Monday. No, so Sunday night I've got to get all my new stuff listed, which includes my stock take, which I feel is very important for me to do the stock take, because they have forced me over onto the new listing template, and I can't get back now. The option for me to say this is shit, refer me back to the old one, has completely gone. They just forced that to happen yesterday, Wednesday. So I now have to do it like that, and I've already had a few errors with it this morning when I was doing some things and I was trying to add special delivery option, because if you have the special delivery option when you're the highest tier, which is what I am on my eBay shop, you can get some discount, but you have to offer all of this signed for postage and like an expedited delivery. So I went to add that on, and as I was typing in the rate, it was just overriding it to 0, which is really going to piss me off later on. If I like sell something like that and then I've got to pay £8, whatever it is, special delivery, and eBay have just gone, yeah, that's free. I'm just going to boil my head. I don't like the new template. I am now forced to do it. I know that they're rolling it out to everybody. I've looked at my personal account, which is still on the old one, so I know that they're rolling it out to everybody. So maybe that's why they gave me this tasty 50% thing, so that I would be like doing stuff while they were doing stuff, and it was going to destroy my day. Right, anyway, I need to have a productive day, despite still got the cold. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to get loads of photographs, so let's see where I get to. As a good example of why I don't rate dry cleaning. So I've just taken the dry cleaning label off here. It has got a big mark here, and it's got food mark there. And I mean, there's no such thing as dry cleaning, is there? Because, I mean, what is the point in that? What is the point in that? So Now I've either got to spot clean this or just do a hand wash cycle with it. What a load of tits. Hello, it's now the 7th of October, so it's Friday. It's absolutely slinging it down with rain. I feel terrible again. It's like I don't know, I keep having like moments where I'm okay, and like today I feel absolutely awful. So my husband feels terrible as well. I mean, he's in a really bad way. I told him not to go to work this morning, but he said he had to. So I gave myself permission to sort of sleep in a bit, so I didn't wake up until 9. So, you know, that's not like helping me get on with everything, but I am sort of motivated. My aim is to stock take everything that's in here. So I can't remember what I flipping stock took now. I know I've done the shirts, and so this is men's, is it? Yes, this is men's collared shirts and t-shirts, so I've done that. And I think I've got to do everything else. So I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 of these big boxes, and then I've got smaller boxes which are here, which have got all the women's t-shirts in. I've got to do this because I don't know, because I've been changed over to this new template listing. I've been moved over onto this new listing template on eBay. My flow is now not there, so I need to make sure that I've got everything that makes sense, and I need to go through and make sure that my postage rates are correct. Just make sure that everything makes sense before I start using sell similar on things. I have yesterday, I mean, it's absolutely pouring with rain today. Yesterday I was like the only like briefly like sunny day with decent light. So yesterday I photographed 2 boxes of clothes. As if I was realistic with it, I decided not to do them all, and just thought if I try and do it all, then I won't achieve anything. So I'll just stick with 1 box. So that's 2 boxes. So that's these size boxes. This is my stock waiting to be processed. Actually, that's Lego, so there is technically stuff to be processed. But then there's 4 things there. 1 was empty, but then my husband had a wardrobe clear out. So it was like I hoovered yesterday as well, and it was really pristine in here, but now because it's had a wardrobe clear out, the carpet looks like I haven't bothered, so that's annoying. Yeah, I've got stuff to pull anyway, because this is what I'm aiming for. I need to move all of this to one side. Sold that. This is really heavy, and it's like a load bearing. This isn't listed on my eBay. The reason I've just struggled with that is because that is a box filled with records. So that's all my brother's records, which are listed on my other account. But there's also some hardback books in there, and the magazines. So this is what I'm going to stock take first, because I've got to go through this. So I've got a load of these Vogue magazines which are in here, which the listings are stale on these because these went live in February. So these are things that I need to end and relist. And then that box which is in the very corner there, I've got to get something out of there. And there's a lot of like games and books, and I don't really know, because most of that has been live since December last year, or February last year, because it all came in a big job lot. I have sold something from that job lot. And now my sock has flown off, as it would. So it's got like the box, I know it's got stuff like this in it, which This is a really pristine copy of Monopoly, which I had a load of stuff that came in a job lot. It was like Lego and games and all sorts of things. It has some really cool stuff in it, but a lot of it is stagnated. I thought this would sell. But I think I've got this at 40, which it's probably too high. It's difficult because I went into reselling just as we went into the lockdown. My sort of understanding of what the prices of things fetch is probably a bit askew, because obviously board games were selling really well. So this thing that I've sold is this. So there's lots of 1930s vintage jigsaws in there, and I'm also going to stock take this box here, which is filled with just general crap, and I've actually sold that. So things that I've sold, this is a 1930s block puzzle. This is going to Germany, so this would be like my second thing which I've sent to Germany since the packaging laws come in. I've made more than 2 sales to Germany. It's just for some reason they keep agreeing to buy stuff from me, and I know it's Germany because it's DE when I accept the offer, and then they either suddenly move to England and use one of those drop shipping like companies to have it mailed to in this country, or they just don't pay. I've had loads that haven't paid. I mean, there was a shirt that I sold 2 weeks ago, and they suddenly moved to England. They moved to Preston from Germany. So this is a 1930s block puzzle. You know, when you turn them round and they've got different designs on. Let's put that back properly. And they've got the, I mean, I think I've got my old one. I don't know where I've put it. I've got mine from my childhood somewhere, and I can't bear to get rid of mine, but mine's in a plastic case. So they've got all these like pictures with it. Some people have sold these. No, not sold. They're advertising them for 50. So because they're quite rare, it was quite hard to gauge it. I put mine on at 40. This is sold for 30. Has it? I think so. So I've got to package that nicely. It's now hammering with rain again. They're playing football on the field. And it's absolutely pouring with rain. I have a flat roof, so it always sounds worse than it is. I sold a book for £3.99. This is, I mean, it took them 2 days to pay for that. And that is, this is from a job lot of books which I had, because I'm not that au fait with books. This is something that I had for myself, but I mean, it looks like a really comfy, nice, velvety top, but it was the most ill-fitting thing. It just kept riding up. It was a right nuisance to wear. So instead of it being like nice and snug, it's only Primark. So that's gone for 99p because that's been kicking around for ages, but it's really nice, and maybe the person who'll buy it doesn't have big tits that'll make it ride up. And then I've sold this. So I did the stock take on the t-shirts and the shirts. So this got interest, and I got an offer of £15. I think probably I had it overpriced last time. There's somebody who only sells Kent and Kerwen. You'd think that with David Beckham being so like praised at the moment that you'd get a better price for it, but I didn't. So it's £15 is what it is. And I have to pull out all the stops today. This stock take is getting done. I am not wasting that 50% offer. I'm going to try and get as many as I can done. So, I mean, I know that I've got a lot to do here. There's a lot of stuff in there, but also this stuff needs refreshing. And then I can sort of like go into next week with a lot of peace of mind, knowing that the first 100 items that I sell that have gone on this offer will be at reduced fees. I've already used 20 of them, so I've only got like 80 left anyway. I haven't been doing that badly. So, right, I guess I'm going to go and walk in the rain and take this stuff so that I don't have any distractions and I can just get on with doing all this listing. Because of the problem I was having with my payouts, I didn't send any offers yesterday. So I have actually got 35 offers to send. So I might send them now. It's like 10, 11. I'm just sick of feeling ill. But I think the thing is that that's it. I'm not going to do anything else. I may as well just push through this. And I'm hoping that in the process of doing the stock take and selling similar, I can sort of get used to this new template. Obviously I've got at least 25 items that I photographed yesterday, which are new items that are ready to go for me to list, but I'm not going to be as fast at listing them as I have previously because of this new listing template. I was really fast listing with the old template, and this new template is slowing me right down. So that's annoying in itself. So, you know, I've got that frustration, but I know I just need to get used to it because, you know, there's always changes, isn't there? So I just need to get used to it. And this is my opportunity to get a handle on this new listing template, you know, and maybe start doing videos. No. So naturally time has like escaped me again. And now I have to deal with this. So I've just been like, I pulled the piece of paper out, and then there was just like a stray piece of paper which I just could not get at. That was it. So now I've got like, I mean, I've been able to print my labels. I printed a whole load and I was ready to go, and then I sold another like 4 things. And the rain is absolutely awful. I really don't want to go out. Since it's like midday now, I might actually wait until I might wait until after 2 o'clock, because I don't like going over lunchtime, because a lot of people like go on their lunch breaks or from work to the post office, and it just gets a bit silly. And I've got some things which haven't been paid for. The stuff which I've got which is ready for me to post is 3 Lego sets. So one person has bought 2, and then there's another one, and then I've got like a shirt. I sold a dress as well. I mean, I've done actually quite well in the process of like packing. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to start my stock take on all the sundry things, which I have all sort of ended. I also sold a record on my personal account, so I had to do that. So actually I've got quite a lot of stuff here. So I'm going to do this stock take, and then I'm probably going to go after 2 o'clock. And the way the rain is, I'm probably going to get in that car. It's so awful. It is so awful. I'm surprised you can't hear it against the window. Oh, it's absolutely grim. I mean, there's rain and then there's rain. Rain. And wind. Ugh. Okay, it's very late. It's like 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on Friday. I have not done any of the fresh stuff which I've got here, so I promise you this is all the stuff which I photographed, and I still haven't done anything with it because I've been doing stock taking. So I'm doing the soft toys here. Yeah, soft toys which I've got to relist. Most of those jigsaw puzzles are on. I've done there's a whole other box in there which I've done and I've relisted, and I've got another box there. So I'm tidying up, working out, and like working out things like this, which I think I was a bit overzealous with this because I've had it on for 40, and I think it's more like I'm going to try it at 30. But yeah, it's been slow going. I think I would have done this stock take a bit faster if it wasn't for this new flipping listing template. I hate this listing template with a passion. it's so hard to use the drop down boxes because they aren't drop down boxes. You have to keep expanding it. I mean, I'm going to have to, I know I've got another screen behind my computer, so I may have to get a bigger workstation and, you know, tandem that, which I haven't done before, just so that I'm not like going out of my head, because at the moment I'm just using my laptop and it's a smaller screen. I've been adding special delivery options to my postage, which I regret now not doing on the previous one because it is such a pain in the arse doing it with this. So when you go into it and you write in the amount, it just automatically disregards what you've written and just writes, and you know, and blanks it to 0. So I am really worried that I've got some listings out there that have gone live and they've got the free postage for special delivery, which will probably cost me about £8.95. And then they've got every option that Royal Mail offer and every option that everybody else offers. So you've got to cycle through everything. It's got the postage prices in there, which is inputting, which I don't want because mine's postage and packaging. So I put my own in and round it up so that I don't lose too much on fees and things like that. But it's not intuitive. It's a pain in the arse. It's a backward step. And frankly, if I wanted to work on a website that feels like Etsy, I'd go on Etsy. It's almost like they're just saying, oh, we're trying to be Etsy now. So I'd rather just go and list on Etsy if I've got to like have a headache every time I do something. So I'm totally not impressed. It's really slowed me down. Although I've done 1, 2, 3 boxes, well, that one's a sort of like half box, so it's like 3.5 boxes. Although I've done that, it's been slow going and it's not the best. My husband's come back and he's not very well, so I may well move on to the jeans and all the bottoms and try and get them done. But I'm flagging a bit and we're supposed to be going to Tesco. But he's really not very well. I've got a few things that have sort of dropped off as well. I've got a couple of books which have dropped off and I don't know whether to put them back on. The Weight Watchers books. And that's the only thing that I've had that's dropped off. Everything else has been fine. I had one listing that was from, that was as old as October last year, just one. So definitely a job that needed doing because that had been knocking around since October last year. That's really bad. I thought it was bad that I had some that was from December last year and then the rest were like February. So this is definitely this category of jigsaws and soft toys and mugs and men's ties. These are the ones which I've sort of like left. So this was the category that I definitely needed to tackle because it's, you know, Christmassy and it really needed a good refresh. So I have done a good job today. It's just taken me longer than it should have done. And I'm not confident that I've checked for errors because that's one of the things I like to do when I do a stock take is the sell similar. I like to look through everything and check that everything's right. But you can't immediately check that everything is right. Like, say, the features tab. On the features tab on the old system, you could see all the ones which you'd selected. But on this one, you have to go in it, you have to click into it and then scroll down and scroll down. So I'm going to have loads of stuff which is just going to have irrelevant things on it because I'm just going to miss it when I do the new ones. It is such a backward step. And I do remember the times like back in like, I do remember 2005 and the early days of using eBay when they sort of changed over to new systems and you just think, I hate it. I remember when you used to upload a photo and you used to go shh, and then the next one would go shh, and you'd literally, sometimes I'd just set that to go and then sort of busy myself with something else because it used to take 5 or 10 minutes for photos to go on. And then they gradually improved that. But every time they improved it, it was just like, I don't like this. So maybe I will get used to it. It's just for the fact that eBay nag and nag and nag if you don't put item specifics in. The fact that now it's really difficult to get your item specifics right is even more aggravating. You know, I mean, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Anyway, that's just a moan I'm having. I did my post and I did walk. I didn't have to walk in the rain because it went really nice. It's actually really nice now. We've got blue skies. So I refrained from using the car and I did walk and I did get my exercise-ish. You know, I say ish because it's not enough. Walking a mile and a bit every day isn't enough exercise for me. But you know, I am ill. I am snotty. And I'm pissed off that I haven't done any sourcing today because it means I've been a whole week without sourcing. But this is more important. Getting everything straight is more important. So I'm going to carry on with my stock take, and I will be with you again very shortly because Vlogtober is the harsh mistress to keep up with. So thank you for watching. I will be back again soon with more rambling than you can shake a stick at. Goodbye. See you soon.